Stay tuned for Jake's exit interview.
Hey, it's Jill, and today I am here with the Season 1 Survivor Champion, Jake, and I have 41 questions to ask him. So, first, congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel that you are now in a legacy for all future Survivor winners to follow in future seasons?
It's amazing. I did not think I was going to come this far. It's been a long journey, and if I would have came back to my older self and told me that I was going to win this, I would be like shocked, because I did not think I was going to ever get this far.
So what kind of response have you received from your family, friends, people on social media that you have won Survivor and crowned the sole survivor?
I'm sure, like you guys have seen, my family has been coming and supporting me. They're all the way in Williamsport, so I mean, it's not too far. It's about like a 45-minute drive, but they were like so happy for me when I won. They were all screaming for me, and they were just so proud of me. And all of my friends have been just congratulating me, just saying how good I've been doing.
So in the finale, were you surprised that Katie paired you and Alec up to do the first challenge? And how come you chose to be the writer opposed to the runner?
Well, if I was Katie, I probably would have done the same thing. Me and Alec were not the brightest, so I mean, as you can see, we did not really do that challenge too well. And I just chose to be the writer because we both knew that we could communicate the whole time and like try to figure it out. And I feel like I'm like a little better with puzzles. I mean, I don't know how much better because I didn't really do too good, but yeah.
So 8, you got disqualified from the eggs in a rabbit hole because you knocked over your bucket of eggs while trying to battle it out with Alyssa over the black freeze egg. Walk us through how that felt and your strategy for that game.
Well, my strategy was to put as many eggs in the basket, put as many eggs in Alyssa's basket as quickly as possible, because I feel like I was going back and forth the fastest. And then I knew that once Alyssa started to fill up my basket with eggs, I had to drop the black egg in her basket to like freeze her. And I felt kind of like safe, and I was kind of confident, which that kind of led to my demise, because I kind of like stopped caring about like where I'd place my hands at. And then when I grabbed an egg out of my basket, my hand just kind of dragged and hit the basket. And when it knocked over, I was so frustrated with myself, because I like had to win that challenge, because I didn't want to play my idol that time, but then I had to. So it was just kind of frustrating.
So that same night, you and Brady used your idols together, and you used yours for yourself, while Brady used his to save Alyssa. Some people say you're always thinking about yourself rather than trying to build trust with others by making big moves. you kind of touched on this in your reflection video afterwards, but tell us your thoughts about that decision and what Brady did.
Well, you have to think about yourself in a game like this. Of course, you have to build trust and stuff, but when it really comes down to it, like, you need to focus on yourself because there is only one winner for Survivor. For the idol, I did not want him to play on Alyssa. I still, to this day, don't know why he did. And I didn't want to use my idol either, but I just had to because I didn't want to get blindsided, and I had 2 of them left. So I was going to use that one for that week and then use my other one for the following week, which kind of worked out good, but it was just kind of frustrating seeing a Brady stick up for Alyssa because they both have kind of been battling it out, and then towards the end they started to get closer.
So this is kind of a side question. Was you playing the game more for yourself and using the idols on yourself, not making those big moves? Was that more a part of your gameplay?
100%, yeah.
We were planning on sabotaging Kate because we did not want her going into the final 3 because she had definitely all the numbers. So me and Alec, we were gonna throw markers over there and knock down all of her cups, but fortunately, all of her cups fell.
Yeah. So it kind of worked in a different way that you wanted it to.
Yeah, because I didn't really want the jury to see that like I knocked over her cups on purpose.
Yeah.
Because that kind of looks mean, but
yeah.
I didn't want her winning, so.
Were you aware of Alec and Claire's alliance within your own group of 3, that they were going to take each other to the final 3, and how did that make you feel?
I definitely felt left out. I kind of like knew about it. I didn't know actually how strong it was. It kind of surprised me like at the end when she chose Alec, because Alec kind of told me afterwards that they have been talking more and more as this season like kind of got closer to the end, and it just kind of surprised me because I thought me and Claire were closer. I mean, I understand I'm probably a bigger threat than Alec, but yeah, it just kind of surprised me.
So walk us through how you approached the 40-item season lineup battle between Katie. What were the toughest parts for you?
The toughest parts were everything in the middle. Like, I knew how to group together, like, for example, when we were at the pool, I could group together like the flamingo, I kind of forget what else is there, but like I knew like how to group them each time, but I didn't know like where to place them at, because I knew for the most part what was in the beginning and of course what was at like the very end, but in the middle, which is kind of, especially the last like minute, I thought she was gonna get it like all of them right, so I was like crap, and I just started to throw everything like all the way from like 20 to like a 30. I just kept mixing them around and I somehow won. So
if you had lost the challenge and became the 11th member of the jury, who would you have voted for to win the game and why?
That's tough because I told all 3 of them that I would vote for them, just because like I would want them to vote for me, so I kind of made them feel good about it. But honestly, I would probably vote Claire. She's a really good player. She can dominate in physical challenges and also mental challenges, and she's a really good social player, I guess. She's always stuck by my side, and I could tell that she wasn't super close with all the girls, which was kind of a good thing because the girls, no offense to them, they didn't really like have a game plan, except for like a few of them, of course, but they were more just banded together just because they were girls. But she kind of like branched out to all the guys, and I realized it from like the start almost that she was gonna make it pretty far.
Were you surprised by any of the questions that the jury asked and how the votes went down during the finale? Did you know which 2 people didn't vote for you?
All of the questions towards me I felt like weren't super hard because I feel like throughout the whole season I played, I don't know how to explain this. I played a really good game, and I kind of like laid it all out on the line, I guess. And they kind of like just saw how I played. So the questions weren't really too bad, but I have no idea who voted for Alec and Claire.
Have your family, friends, and supporters following your Survivor experience online, as well as showing up to see the last few episodes in person, and even the first couple episodes. What were their reactions to seeing you in the competition?
It was amazing. I played sports like throughout my whole life, so it kind of felt like if I was in a stadium playing and they all came and watched. It was just a really good time, and they had a great time watching, and they were so happy when I won. Like it was amazing, just because I could share that moment with them, because like I'm so far away from them, and like I don't really I don't see them as much, so it was just a good time that we all had a good moment together.
What advice do you have for other students who may be thinking about applying for season 2 of Survivor Bloomsburg, and to further that advice for season 2 contestants?
Okay. Advice. Okay. Definitely do it. I was kind of the more quiet kid, and I branched out and tried something new, and I feel like a lot of people should do that, because I had a great experience, and honestly, like, this is probably like the one thing I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life. So actually, also advice for survivors. And advice for the new survivors would just be play the game smart. And it's really hard to trust people, but honestly, there is a few people that you can trust, and try to bring those people as far as you can with them.
So what are your final thoughts or comments? It could be your overall experience, it could be production notes, anything.
I had a great time. I'm extremely grateful that I even got chosen to be on this, because I did not think I was gonna make the cut. And when I found out that I actually made it, I was extremely happy. I told all of my friends and family. And it was just a really good experience. Like, I have never experienced anything like this in my life, and it kind of brought me to like the realization that like I'm more social than I am, and I play a really good game when I put my mind to it. And actually, I think I'm gonna apply to the real Survivor.
It's almost shocking to me that you're saying that you're not the social guy, because episode 1 you're immediately like being social butterfly with everybody. So
I'm like not like that.
So like you as a person, that's shocking.
I had to branch out.
Yes.
So as a regular, I know we gotta use it by March 6th. Choose another castaway to join you and announce the host that you were taking with you to a tribal hut. Together you will both head to tribal council voting, and each of you will cast a second vote at tribal council. Those 2 votes will be submitted together in one video or tribal hut. You know what I heard from that? Bye-bye, Jakey Poo. Bye-bye.
So what are your thoughts that he initially found that, and then his plan was to vote you out eventually, but then the very next episode, he actually chose you as the partner to play the advantage with?
That's crazy.
That's my first time seeing that, and I had no idea, because I felt like me and Ozzy were pretty close, and seeing that video kind of like proves everything. I wish I saw that earlier, so I would have gotten him out. I don't even know what to say.
So all this is very surprising to you.
Yeah.
Like that was a whole blindsided itself, I guess, in the question.
But I'm grateful that he chose me to, unfortunately, vote off Jack, but I'm glad it wasn't me.
So in episode 6 at the pool, Ozzy started to have a change in game plan and wanted to team up with you instead of voting you out. Why did you turn on Jack that night, and who was so loyal to you, and go with Oz instead?
It was a tough call for me. I was kind of up in the air with it, because I knew that Jack, me and him were super close, but at the same time, I knew Ozzy, he was a leader and he was a big threat, and he wanted to vote me off. So I kind of had to, unfortunately, stick with Ozzy to show him that I trusted him, just so I could get him off in episode 8. So it was unfortunate that I had to vote off Jack, but I just did it in the long run for myself to gain trust with Ozzy, so he knows that like I'm not gonna go over him just yet.
And one of my life mottos that I always go by is, if you're not first, you're last.
So has this life motto stayed the same? Has it changed?
I mean, a little bit, yeah. I would just say more experience the journey, because it's not always about being first or last. It's more about how you came to where you are today. And honestly, I would be a different person if I had joined Survivor, and it just somehow worked out that I did get first.
And that was Jake's exit interview.
And you should definitely apply to be the next sole survivor of Bloomsburg Season 2.